Please help support the channel by visiting our Amazon store, affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo, this is the Mundane Matt channel, and this particular story is really pissing off some people. And so I find it to be absolutely wonderful, and I want to talk about it. So it says here that a male ex-Russian propagandist is behind an unflattering AI app that shows how women look without makeup. And if there's one thing, one thing you never want to do is photograph a woman without makeup on. It's like, no, you never want to do it. It can get you killed in some places. I think one of the reasons why Katy Perry and Russell Brand broke up is because he took a photo of her asleep without any makeup on or eyebrows and then tweeted it out. And that was something that pissed her off quite a bit. In fact, there's even been a thing a couple of years ago where porn stars showed what it would look like without makeup on to give you an idea of how dolled up they get in order to get DP'd. And that is something that we're going to be seeing here with this app. No, not people getting DP'd, but what they look like when they're not dolled up. And again, all natural is in many cases better. You know, I mean, makeup is kind of like false advertising to an extent. It really is, right? It really is. It's a good bit of false advertising, but it's false advertising nevertheless. So it says here that no one knows how to generate headlines and outrage like a pro-Russia propagandist, and that is a very true statement there, which might explain why Ashot Gabrelyanov, butchered that name, so there we go, has come to promote his artificial intelligence startup. Ashot, who lives in Brooklyn, bills himself as the founder of MakeApp, a new app which uses artificial intelligence to supposedly show how women really look without makeup. And this is one that, again, you can already see. You can already see all the think pieces, all the blogs, everything firing up about how this is sexist and this is misogynistic and this is only going to hurt women and shame women, so on and so forth. You can already see that. But let's be realistic here. The entire point behind this app is in order to sell it off to somebody else. Get controversial, get them headlines, get people talking, and then sell it for a very pretty penny. Now, it says here that you can take a selfie or upload a picture of someone else, and the free version of the app gives you two options: to add makeup or remove makeup. You pick one, and the filter does the rest. It's a controversial idea by itself, given that the AI tends to be fairly unflattering to anyone with a darker skin tone, and that using AI to judge female beauty is pretty questionable goal. But who's saying it's judging beauty? You know, if it's trying to remove what makeup looks like, then it's I guess it's removing beauty, but I understand how it would be fairly unflattering to someone with a darker skin tone. At that point, it would be harder to make it work. And I get that. I do get that. Again, AIs are always emerging, always advancing. So there is some valid concern here for how it might make somebody with a darker skin tone look, but it's still really funny to me. So it says here, but Ashot, a Russian native, is no stranger to controversy. He is also behind pro-Russian news outlet called Life News, which was described by the independent Moscow Times as showing you loyalty to the Kremlin. And one current news story accuses the U.S. Financing Russophobe extremists on social media. The outlet is popular in Russia for its celebrity scoops, but is also banned in Ukraine for airing war propaganda. In an email to Business Insider, he said that he had stopped working for Life News in 2013. So okay, so that's, you know, a nice kind of like deflection there, like or distancing. Well, you know, I haven't worked there in a long time. Not me. I'm here for app, not for salacious gossip news of celebrities. However, we could show you now with this app what a celebrity vagina might look like without labiaplasty. That'd be an app, wouldn't it? Right? Upload photos of your favorite porn stars to see what it would look like if they got labiaplasty, or if they had gotten labiaplasty to see what it would look like without it. All I can think of right there is this roast beef curtains and Mothra flying away. Anyway, it's an old Leguizamo joke. Don't kill me, he said it, not me. Anyway, he also denied that he was a propagandist, describing Life as a popular news outlet in Russia and stating that its CEO, or as its CEO, he had no control over its editorial decisions. Yeah. No one's buying that. Anyway, still, he has been described as pro-Putin and as a propagandist by Russia watchers. He is also accused of sharing doctrine image of Twitter showing a poster of Adolf Hitler in Kiev, Ukraine. His previous life aside, though, Business Insider tested the Make app on light and dark skinned women to see how accurate it is. We quickly found that the app is taking its cue from FaceApp, another controversial Russian photo app whose hotness filter is made dark skin look lighter. So, okay, so similar technologies there. So here you've got one woman here on the left. She is normal. And then on the right, it looks like she's just had her skin lighten a little bit. And the saturation raised or a little bright. It's pretty obvious from the photo that MakeApp's AI is not particularly sophisticated, giving her volatilized skin. And pairing off my eyelashes when I'm not wearing mascara. So there's that. My fairer skinned colleague Bobby didn't look much better. So you can see Bobby with makeup here and how it's kind of like just doing all that. Neither did Business Insider video producer Claudia after being subjected to a puffy make under. And finally, here's a picture of tennis champion Serena Williams, who is conventionally seen in public not wearing makeup, and she definitely doesn't look like this. So you can see that there are issues there with it, and it can be used. You could maybe say a little bit on the trollish side, so to speak. I've seen many pictures people have been using about this on Twitter, like Anita Sarkeesian and other people like that, in order to show how it works. Saying here, make apps unflattering, malfunctioning AIs, the latest in a long line of AI controversies, Snapchat's offensive Bob Marley filter, FaceApp's black filters, and smartphone cameras that lighten your skin by default. Now, Ashot did say in response to questions, he suggests that MakeApp could save lives by identifying women who had been trafficked illegally, saying in most of these cases, MakeApp is heavily used to disguise the age and or identity of the people. If human traffickers can hide these victims' identities, their chances of rescue are low. So when security services show an image and they say, "Is this your daughter?" heavily applied permanent makeup often makes the identification process quite difficult. We hope our technology may help families and authorities identify victims for rescue. And he says that they've already been in communication with organizations to identify victims of human trafficking. But they did go on to say, when asked about potential criticism that the app may be considered racist or sexist, he said there has been no specific criticism by users. He wrote, "Our machine learning data set is based on users' faces of different nationalities and skin colors." So, and you can see, I mean, people are going to easily call this racist, right? Oh, look how horrible it makes Serena Williams look. And, you know, she kind of goes from like Serena Williams to like the Whitney Houston version of Serena Williams towards the end. Just, you know, cracks a hell of a drug. But essentially, though, I can see the whole point when it comes to the human trafficking aspect of it. I've actually very much value that part of it. There are millions and millions and millions of people human trafficked every single year. I recently watched a documentary about Backpage.com and the situation involving child prostitution and prostitution in general on there, and how people have been, women have been kidnapped and forced into the sex trade as a result of that. And yeah, they get dolled up. They shoot them full of drugs. They doll them up, and then they put them out there for people to come over and have their way with. And if this app can remove some of that particular foundation, scrape away the layers, if you will, and show the dermis for what it is, then maybe, just maybe, some children might actually be saved. And if that ruffles the sensibilities of a few feminists that might have their picture altered with the app and used for mockery, then I'm gonna say it's worth it, man. I'm gonna say it's absolutely worth it. You could apply that to me too, and I would just look way more horrible than I do in general. But the point there is that your sensibility and your ego don't usurp children who may be in need. And while this is not a perfect system and one that the AI and the algorithm will be learning more of as time goes on, if the implications there are to stop human trafficking, then it's one I'm actually more supportive of. I'd like to be able to see more girls come home. I want to be able to see those trades end. I want to be able to see people home safe. And if technology allows us to do that through these kind of softwares as well as face recognition as time goes on, then we actually can use technology for the better and, well, rescue people. Like I said, if that ends up kind of just damaging the ego and bruising it for a few people out there, then you know what? So be it. Because at this point, it's actually about something greater than you, and I think you need to be reminded of that.
Hey guys, that wraps up this video. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do so below. I love to read your guys' input. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me in the YouTube algorithm. If you want to support the channel, there's the Amazon affiliate store, there's PayPal, there's Patreon, there's Bitcoin. And if you're bored and you want something else to watch, check out 3 Buck Theater up here. My name is Matt Jarbo. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a wonderful day. Peace out.